Wow. All right. Me and Rami, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm not going to lie to the audience. Not going to cap. We just finished recording our podcast talking about free agency, all these predictions, all the trades that just happened today, the new CBA, everything. And we forgot to talk about Phillip Rivers. And also, while we were recording, me and Rami got an update, like 10 minutes before we were done. DeForest Buckner is heading to the Indianapolis Colts in exchange for the Colts' 13th overall pick in this year's draft.
Yeah.
And so
the Niners, NFC champions, get that 13th pick. First of all, let's talk about that. What do you think they're going to do with that?
Man, and that's so interesting.
Do you see him taking another defensive tackle?
Shit.
Javon Kinlaw, a Derek Brown if he falls to 13?
If he falls to 13, no, that wouldn't even be fair. That wouldn't even be fair at that point. I think right now, I mean, the Niners are like, let's just go get a corner. Let's just go get a receiver. Maybe they like a corner or a receiver that much at 13.
What if they get a C.J. Henderson?
Oh my, bro, stop throwing these names out. Stop throwing these names out because it's just making the Niners sound more overpowered. They just got to the Super Bowl, bro. And so if they go out there and imagine if
what if they get
Henry Ruggs or
CD
or a Ruggs?
Oh my God.
That would not be fair, bro. That would not be fair at that point. And so the San Francisco 49ers have so many options at 13. I love what they did here. And as for the Indianapolis Colts, I'm not hating on them at all. I don't hate it. You know what? Go out there, get DeForest Buckner. I mean, that's it's a little bit of Gettleman-y, but I mean, Buckner, he offers upside as a pass rusher on the interior too. Don't get it mistaken. He ain't no run stuffing Damon Harrison. This isn't a Gettleman move. I mean, this is a move to get that front seven up and right. I mean, you get Darius Leonard back. The defense is going to be looking really nice in Indianapolis, especially against the run. But now this opens up a lot of opportunity for us because in our mock, we had the Indianapolis Colts taking a quarterback, getting someone to replace Jacoby Brissett eventually. But now you got Brissett on one more year. What do you think about the possibility of the Indianapolis Colts being high suitors for quarterbacks in this free agency class now?
Yeah, so, I mean, this trade means two things for the Colts. One, they're committed to this pass rush.
Oh, for sure.
Two, they're not getting a rookie quarterback. They're not getting a young guy to sit behind Jacoby Brissett. Right. So, we've heard they've been talking to Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, they have. Who do you think?
You look at other guys like trade candidates, Cam Newton. Who else? Mm-hmm. Maybe Marcus Mariota can step in there.
Maybe a Mariota. I like that pick too. Frank Wright could do wonders with Mariota. You know who I think Frank Wright could do real wonders with though? Jameis Winston. For me,
that'd be nice.
I love that fit for Jameis Winston. That's the most.
You love it?
Oh, I love it. I love the fit for Jameis Winston. I think that's the best fit for Winston. Not for the Colts, but for Jameis Winston, that's the best possible scenario that he can go to right now.
Yeah.
A team that needs a quarterback, a team that has a guy that he can compete with in Jacoby Brissett, and a team that has an offensive line that won't force Jameis Winston to make decisions that make us bang our heads out. You know what I mean? Or pull my hair out for watching Jameis Winston.
The best offensive line.
Yeah, exactly.
So consistent. Last year they're the only team in the NFL to have all 5 offensive linemen start in every single game.
And they just re-signed Anthony Costanzo to a 2-year deal, and so
yeah, exactly.
I love what they did there. Another thing, Rami, that we were touching on a little bit is maybe there's a possibility that the Colts like a quarterback in the later rounds of this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they go along with Brissett. They take a younger quarterback in the 2nd round or in the 3rd round. A lot of people like this Jalen Hurts guy. You know what I mean? Maybe you put him behind Jacoby Brissett. Maybe you get a Jacob Eason. You know what? Maybe you get a Jake Fromm. Who do you think would fit the Colts if they decided to go with a younger quarterback that won't be in the 1st round?
Okay, look, I get where you're coming from, right? But let's think about this. Jake Fromm, Jalen Hurts, Jacob Eason, these guys.
Right.
Are any of them? Do you trust any of them more than Jacoby Brissett?
Not at the moment, but maybe the Colts see something we don't. Rami.
Maybe they see something in the Eason or Fromm.
And
but to be honest, I think the best fit out of the guys we just mentioned is I think Jake Fromm, bro.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And I love that fit for the Colts. He's another.
But the only problem is, he can't. Jake Fromm can't beat you. He's a game man.
Oh, right, exactly. And I think that's what Frank Wright might want in his early rookie quarterback. I mean, you get a game manager type guy who's not going to make a whole bunch of mistakes. I mean, that's what Brissett basically is right now. But maybe they see a more upside with a Jake Fromm. I mean, he's a young. He basically is Jacoby Brissett right now, as is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or Jacob Eason, who had a nice combine outing.
Exactly. Or maybe Frank Wright's interested in a player with a lot more upside and a lot more downfall if he does bust in a Jacob Eason. You know what I mean? Maybe he sees some nice characteristics in that quarterback. I mean, for me, if I were making the selection, I would just take best player available, wait to the 4th round, and take a chance on a Jalen Hurts and let him be your backup quarterback. And see how that pans out. Let Jacoby Brissett play for this year with a good defense, a good offensive line, a stable franchise. And if Brissett disappoints you that much, you can go to the backup guy or even a Case Keenum. I mean, Case Keenum's in a lot of talks with a bunch of teams. You can get a low-level backup veteran guy or maybe a mid-level starter veteran guy like an Andy Dalton. You get someone in there, not for a whole bunch of money, not a crazy contract deal. You get him in there for a prove-it deal. If they prove it, you can sign him. But if not, next year is the best quarterback class ever. So that's just my take.
And so with that, let's talk about that 13th pick that was the Colts.
Right.
Tua, in all honesty, in our mock draft, he fell to 13th. But I don't think
in real life, he's not going to fall to 13.
Right. Especially with all these reports coming out that his hip is doing fine, all that. So I'd rather have a DeForest Buckner over a Justin Herbert or someone like that. So right. I think this was good for both teams. Yeah, a trade that both teams won for sure.
Yeah, I definitely think both teams won this trade. The Niners definitely didn't need Buckner. He wasn't someone on that defense who was. I mean, they love Eric Armstead too. And he's basically the same player as DeForest Buckner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and if you want to take another defensive tackle, but on a teeny tiny contract, you can, instead of extending DeForest Buckner
to be what he is now, the second highest paid defensive tackle of all time. And so you can go out there and get a person at 13 who offers the same impact as DeForest Buckner on a rookie deal. And so the Colts, I mean, they made a great decision because they're trying to keep that defense up and stable so it can I wouldn't say carry their next quarterback for next year, but it can be a strength of this team rather than being a weakness and a weak spot for that quarterback and something that he has to worry about. I think that was a move to try to motivate a quarterback to go there. You know what? We're building something. We're committed to winning right now, and you should commit to us so we can get some wins.